Hey, what's up, everyone? This is me, Dre. Now, everyone knows this weekend, big pay-per-view match. Showtime is going to be sponsoring this. Floyd Money Mayweather versus Marcos Maidana. Very tough fighter out of Argentina, South America. You got Mayweather fighting out of Nevada. He'll be fighting at I believe it's the MGM Grand. It's going to be an exciting fight. Now, in the past, because I work for a telecommunication company, so Mayweather has always been a very big draw when it comes to pay-per-view events, but at the same time, he's been vilified by a lot of people, primarily because of his flamboyant nature. But what it all comes down to is his skill as a fighter. Now, a boxer, he's able to slip, jab, do all those things. He can have the knockout power, which Mayweather does. Now, versus Maidana. Maidana is a tough, gritty fighter. He's got a strong engine, so he's going to come at you. Now, for those who are thinking that Maidana is going to end up taking Mayweather, consider this. Simply because Maidana beat Bronner, consider, at least on my end, I just feel like Bronner didn't really prepare the way he should have for Maidana. Now, Maidana doesn't have a bad record. He's only got 3 losses. Most of his wins are by knockout. I think he's got like 35 fights, 32 knockouts, 3 losses. So he really handled Adrian Bronner, but he's not going up against Adrian Bronner. You're talking about a seasoned boxer, one of the best pound for pound fighters with Floyd Mayweather in that division. So he's going to have his work cut out for him. He's not going to necessarily, at least hopefully he won't go in there and try to throw bombs like Alvarez did, because Alvarez, good, strong, young fighter, but he spent more time trying to outpower Mayweather. He has the power on Mayweather, but he didn't have the speed and quickness, and that was his undoing. In the later rounds, he got a little bit tired. He was necessarily gassed. He wasn't gassed, but he just didn't have what it took in order to face someone like Mayweather, who's got a really good defense, doesn't really take a solid punch all too often. I mean, he'll let the punches go to his body. And when I'm looking at this, I remember when I first moved to Texas back in 2007. I think it was that year or 2008 when he fought Oscar De La Hoya. And De La Hoya goes into a flurry of punches, sitting there punching at his elbows. Everyone's getting all excited because everyone's thinking that Mayweather's taking hits. You have to be able to study the game of boxing to understand there are scoring hits and there are non-scoring hits. So Maidana, he's going to try, if I'm guessing, he's going to try to counterpunch Mayweather, but he's going to have a difficult time facing Mayweather's speed. At his age, at like 36, 37, Mayweather is a very shifty fighter who doesn't take a solid hit, and that's what Maidana is going to do, is try to basically floor him just like he did Bronner. I don't see that happening. This one, I'm going with Mayweather for the victory. This is going to be a 4th loss for Maidana. A lot of people are going to be rooting for him, regardless of your ethnicity. I know some people might say simply because he's a Latino that, you know, he's going to have a very strong fan base. And I'm sure he is, but there's also a lot of Latinos that will vote for Mayweather. There might be blacks that are going to be voting for Maidana. And this isn't necessarily anything to do with Mayweather, because I know recently there's been some dirt that's been brought up about some Facebook posts regarding him and his ex that just broke up. But this is all about boxing. This is an event that is speculated whether or not Mayweather is going to retire after this fight. I know he was under contract with Showtime for a couple of years, with a very hefty contract at that. So Mayweather, he always finds a way to make money. He's already guaranteed like $32 million, $35 million, something like that. So he's going to get a lot of money. But I really do think that Mayweather is going to take this fight. I'm not one to predict the round. I feel like they'll probably go the distance. Mayweather, he's got about 45 fights. I would say a little over half of over half the fights that he's done have been by knockouts, whether it's a solid knockout or a TKO. And then you have a good portion that were unanimous decision, things like that. But once again, I'm going with Mayweather to take this. He's just got too much speed for Maidana. He's going to jab his way. He's going to outbox him. There's a difference because Maidana is more of a brawler, and he's going to have a very difficult time getting a solid scoring hit on Mayweather. So when it's at the end of the fight, especially if it goes to the judges, unless there's any type of major conspiracy, I see that Mayweather is going to outpoint Maidana. But once again, that's just my prediction. If you have any prediction of your own, I certainly encourage you to leave your comments. And if you like this video, I hope that you like, subscribe, and share. Peace.